Good God, that is a scary looking midsection, isn't it, Casey? Hey, welcome everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully your dinner has stayed down after that. Really fascinating matchup to watch today, Casey. You've got Texas Tech. They want to get out and they want to run. Iowa, they like to run as well, but I feel like if they're going to have a chance to win, they have to be methodical with their offense.
Yeah, I agree. I'm so excited about this matchup. You know, Texas Tech, they lost in the national title game a season ago, but what did Chris Beard do? He reloaded with new grad transfers and freshmen. They're undefeated, but to me, they haven't been tested yet. They go against an Iowa team. It's the first big conference team they've played, and they got Luka Garza, who averages 22 points a game. Can Texas Tech's defense handle him tonight? We'll see.
Garza's been a monster. As we take a look at our starting lineups, they're presented by Continental Tires, and again, they're going low in terms of the height department. 4 guards and the center for the Hawkeyes, and you've got the 4 guards and just a forward for Texas Tech, Casey.
Team's going extremely small, which I love. We don't need the bigs. Let's just run around with a bunch of guards and shoot threes all night. I'm in.
Jordan Bohannon making his first start of the season. He's been battling a hip injury. Good to see him back. The senior and the all-time three-point leader in Iowa Hawkeyes history. Ready to tip things off. Are you guys going to have Hawkeye Elvis in our open there? Good. God, I can't wait for that. I won't say anything about his midsection. Something else you'd like to talk about in the open, or was that okay? What do you
that was fine. I mean, yeah, I was just gonna. My focus was more on Texas Tech first. So if you want to, you can maybe set up, make a comment about Iowa, and then lead me to Texas Tech.
You got it.
So it'll be a little more smooth.
You got it. Happy to do it.
They're the headliner.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, no problem.
Filled in pretty well.
Yeah, this is about as good as we can hope for.
Yeah. I don't know about game 2, but this is pretty good.
They might stick around for first half.
Our next game features the Iowa Hawkeyes. Texas Tech Red Raiders.
invite you to stand up, get loud, and cheer on your favorite team to victory. And on behalf of Continental Tire, enjoy the night, be safe, and have a happy Thanksgiving.
Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting team, the Iowa Hawkeyes. At forward, a 6'6" sophomore, number 10, Joe Wieskamp.
Look at all those people for Texas Tech. Look at
it's
unreal.
At guard for the Hawkeyes, a 6'3"
Grace Poloed Army.
Blows me away.
C.J. Frederick. At center for Iowa, 6'11" junior, number 55, Luka Garza. At guard for the Hawkeyes, a 6'5" sophomore, number 30, Connor McCaffrey. And starting at guard for Iowa, 6'1" senior, number 3, Jordan Bohannon. Iowa's coach is Fred McCaffrey. Now let's meet the starters for the home team, the Red Raiders of Texas Tech. That forward is 6'8" senior, number 22, T.J. Holyfield. That guard is 6'4" sophomore, number 0, Kyler Edwards. At guard is 6'6" freshman, number 1, Terrence Shannon Jr. At guard for Texas Tech is 6'4" freshman, number 3, Jamias Ramsey. And at guard for the Red Raiders is 6'3" junior, number 24, Davide Moretti. Texas Tech is coached by Chris Beard. Your officials for this evening's game, Ray Natali, Byron Jarrett, and Brian O'Connor.
Welcome to the Las Vegas Invitational. It's presented by Continental Tire. We welcome you to Las Vegas. And what a matchup we've got for you tonight on this Thanksgiving. It's Texas Tech, number 12 in the country, against the Iowa Hawkeyes of the Big Ten Conference. And it wouldn't be Las Vegas. Little Elvis, right?
No way.
We gotta have some Elvis here in Las Vegas. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, along with Casey Jacobson, Jeff Levering with you. As we saw, Hawkeye Elvis is in the house of Hawkeyes. They've been very consistent under Fran McCaffrey the last 10 years. Texas Tech, they have been outstanding under Chris Beard, national runner-up last year. They've got a lot to prove with the young team this year, too.
Yeah, they do. You mentioned they lost in the national title game just barely to Virginia, but what did head coach Chris Beard do? He reloaded with a bunch of freshmen and a couple of grad transfers. They're undefeated, but they haven't been tested like they're going to get tested tonight against Iowa, who can shoot the three and throw it down low to Luka Garza, averaging over 22 points a game.
Yeah, big man has been kind of lost in college basketball, but Luka Garza is certainly a load to take hold of for Texas Tech. As that's our starting lineup presented by Continental Tire. Again, 4 guards, 1 senior for Iowa. Got the 4 guards and just a forward for Texas Tech. T.J. Holyfield and Luka Garza is going to be an outstanding matchup to watch over the course of this evening. Game 1 of 2 for you. A loaded evening of basketball at this Las Vegas Invitational presented by Continental Tire. And here comes Texas Tech. They want to run. They want to play downhill. And there goes Davide Moretti. He's fouled. And already you see just the speed of Texas Tech.
Yep, offensively, Texas Tech against man-to-man defense, they're going to run motion. They're going to move the ball side to side. They have multiple ball handlers, including the guy at the foul line right now, Davide Moretti. Jamias Ramsey can handle it. Kyler Edwards can handle it. They're going to have a lot of flare screens from Moretti, who might be one of the best, if not the best shooter in all of college basketball. And on the other side, Jeff, Jordan Bohannon, welcome back to him. He didn't play last game because of the hip injury he's dealing with right now. He's number 3 in black. Also, to me, a top 10 three-point shooter in all of college basketball right here.
He can light it up, making his first start of the season. Been coming off the bench for the first time since his freshman year at Iowa. Off-season hip surgery, but he's back in there after the injury to Jack Nunge. See the pressure defense from Texas Tech. Bohannon trying to find the open man. Wieskamp in the corner, and it's a little short. Jamias Ramsey on the rebound. Texas Tech, while they might be playing with 4 guards and a forward, they don't really have positions. Chris Beard prefers it that way.
Yeah, their tallest player is 6'8" TJ Holyfield as Iowa gets the turnover. So these two teams aren't very big, although Luka Garza is 6'11". They're going to try and defend Luka Garza by fronting him and not letting him even catch it.
Fran McCaffrey there, not liking that turnover by his son Connor, but again, 4 tournament appearances for Fran McCaffrey. He's really stabilized things in Iowa, and a lot to be pleased with. This is a pretty veteran-laden club with the likes of Garza and Bohannon, but they have some really young, talented players too. As Garza in on the help, got the block. Loose ball going to the Hawkeyes.
Beautiful defense by Garza, who was way behind on that play. You know that Garza has only fouled 3 times all year? I mean, try to wrap your mind around it. I know we're only 5 games into the season, but he plays good defense without fouling.
Hard to believe for a big man as Garza, the 13 to shoot. Bohannon out to Garza. He's got range. And over the top of the undersized guard, too strong on his shot.
See Texas Tech defensively, they can switch basically any ball screen at all.
Ripped away by Wieskamp, another turnover. Already the second steal by Iowa.
Jeff, the defense is the star of the show for both teams so far. Another turnover forced by Texas Tech. This is their calling card. They're going to get after you. We're going to talk a little bit more about Texas Tech defensively and their unique style in man-to-man. They are tough to play against.
Forcing 18 turnovers through their first 5 games this year. Going to the rack. And couldn't hit was Terrence Shannon, another talented freshman. They start a couple of freshmen on this team. Wieskamp step back off the front iron. And Iowa ice cold on this Vegas floor.
Wieskamp 0 for 2, but I like his aggressiveness. He's got to be a guy that can average 15-plus points a game for the Hawkeyes.
On rebound out to Connor McCaffrey, and here come the Hawkeyes. Wieskamp top of the key. Finally, the Hawkeyes are on the board.
He's averaging 11 points right now. It's early. He averaged 11 points as a freshman. He was expected to take that massive freshman to sophomore leap. They're still looking for him to do so. Maybe tonight is the night that he takes that big step forward.
Taking 3 shots so far. Garza's had 1. Those are the 2 guys on offense for Iowa. Kyler Edwards, outstanding shooter, and he knocks down his first shot of the night.
A lot to like about the 6'3" sophomore Kyler Edwards. One of the best all-around players in a gray uniform tonight.
And an offensive foul on Joe Wieskamp, and that bench, all 100 of the Texas Tech Red Raiders on the staff fired up about that charge. And Chris Beard, we were here for shoot-around yesterday. You see the intensity on the face of Chris Beard. That was one of the more active and more lively shoot-arounds that I have seen in a long time.
They brought out a speaker that was bigger than I am. They put it at center court, and they were playing hip-hop music and a little bit of country. So the deal is, Chris Beard, he allows his guys to pick their songs, but he's got to get a little bit of Chris Stapleton in there. So it was kind of an eclectic mix. But the energy, the communication was loud throughout. Really impressive with their energy. And their 8 grad assistant coaches, too.
It's about a 2-to-1 ratio in the music, right? For players to coaches.
Yeah, as a player, you got a lot of rebounders in practice.
Oh, it got rejected by the rim. That's the freshman out of Cameroon. Frederick going around the edge, and C.J. Frederick with a nice left-handed layup.
C.J. Frederick is a redshirt freshman, not afraid at all. He used that true freshman year to gain 25 pounds, and it helped him on that drive. He can play through contact.
Career high 21. Chris Clark lifted the pivot foot. It's a turnover for Texas Tech. Iowa's got an early 1-point lead here in Vegas. They're fired up. Fan bases from both cities are in the house tonight.
At its peak, you won't be 5 feet off the floor.
Even though teams aren't.
Holding the best trophy in all the sports. A piece of nylon. Continental Tire for what you do. All right, traffic for fatty.
Avalon meat candy, 100% Angus gourmet beef jerky, made fresh daily.
Fans young and old here in Las Vegas. Hawkeyes with an early 1-point lead on this Thanksgiving in Vegas. And here are our keys to the game. They're sponsored by UPS. That's the beast right there for Iowa, and they want to feed them.
Yeah, well, it's Thanksgiving. Give that guy some turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes. Iowa's offense has got to run through Garza. Texas Tech is small. They're going to run multiple defenders at him all night. And for Texas Tech, they got to rebound and run. The Red Raiders, they are a physical basketball team. Yes, undersized, but they want to win the rebounding battle so that they can get out and run in the open floor where they think that they are superior. Speed and athleticism can take over a game.
Both of these teams very good crashing the glass. Both average better than 40 rebounds a game. Wieskamp at a good look, passes it up. 9 to shoot for the Hawkeyes. Bohannon looking for help. Extra pass to McCaffrey, driving, step back. And the rebound pulled in by Edwards. And then pass intercepted that time by C.J. Frederick on the other end. Fourth turnover for Texas Tech. Bohannon, the trailer.
Can't leave him open. Look, transition defense is difficult, especially on a live ball turnover, right? You're scrambling back, you've got a point. But if there's one or maybe two players, Luka Garza, find him. Jordan Bohannon, number 3, you cannot allow him. That's a layup for him or a guy like Davide Moretti.
Guys off the bench for Texas Tech. First look at Kevin McCullough. He's got the ball with Wieskamp on him. 7 to shoot. Edwards for 3 short. Garza pulls in the board. Averages a double-double. 4-point lead for Iowa.
Texas Tech wants to keep the ball on the side. You see how they force it to the side of the baseline. They don't want to allow anybody middle penetration. They're going to help early, close off those gaps. Plus, they're just so fast and strong. Look at that double team, beautifully done there.
Help defense was there. That is a calling card and a staple for Texas Tech. Underneath and the layup good. There is TJ Holyfield running the floor.
give credit to number 44, Chris Clark, who's a power forward. Look, I just kind of want to sit back and watch these teams race up and down and launch threes. I really do. But I was going to comment about Chris Clark, who has the ball right now. He's a forward who loves to pass, and his vision and IQ are through the roof. When he gets the ball, you got to go back door. He'll find you. And just in transition, both these teams are fast, but this is one guy. Look, man, when he's on, on balance, 1-2 step, and there's not a defender there, he can do that with his eyes closed. He is the all-time leader in three-point field goals made at Iowa. Broke that record last year, so this year he's just going to shatter it.
And the youngest of 4 boys. You know that he had to learn in his front yard on Thanksgiving Day, shooting around with his older brothers. 5-point lead for the Hawkeyes.
Iowa in a 2-3 zone right now. They're going to switch up defenses. They're mostly a man-to-man team, though.
Nice feed underneath the Holyfield. Pemzo a little late on the help defense. Pemzo getting his first run. They go inside to Garza.
As Darnell Moretti was trying to double team, he was way too late, though. You have to double team on the first dribble and be there.
Smart pullout by Terrence Shannon. Reset things with Moretti. Miles Ramsey yet to take a shot for Texas Tech. He had a huge second half the last time he played against Long Island.
Oh, it was so much fun to watch Jemiah Ramsey just go off. No one could guard him. A special talent.
Pass underneath. Garza in there to deny.
The second block without fouling. I don't know how he does it because he's not super speedy.
Wieskamp. Iowa unconscious early from distance. They double their lead.
When you can spread the floor and shoot the three, it almost doesn't matter how fast the defense is. They can't guard you.
Lead for the Hawkeyes. Defense leading to offense for the Hawkeyes.
Luka Garza, the tallest player for either team at 6'11", blocking the shot, and then even though he's slow to get back, 3 balls everywhere. I mean, every single guy on Iowa can pretty much shoot the 3.
Even Garza.
Yeah, he's got a long time right now. Whoa.
Not a good shot that time for Luka Garza, still one of the better 3-point shooters. He's now 7 out of 13 despite that miss. Joe Toussaint on the floor. He's got a tough matchup. Freshman against freshman with Ramsey. Bohannon outside by Clark.
The spacing is terrible. TJ Holyfield brought his guy right into him. But Chris Clark still just backed down the smaller defender. Chris Clark has not scored very much at all this season.
Wieskamp dials up another 3. Joe Wieskamp feeling it early. He's got 9.
So Texas Tech wants to keep the ball on one side of the floor, but they have yet to do it against Iowa. The ball swings from side to side. The ball can move so much faster than any defender can move.
Good help by Toussaint. 10 to shoot for the Red Raiders. Holyfield. That rimmed in and out. And out of bounds off of Texas Tech. Iowa up by 9. Crowd loving it here in Vegas.
Inspection to ensure their quality. Then we clearly mark them with our guaranteed lowest price. So there's no negotiations, no back and forth. That's what it takes to be an AutoNation One Price pre-owned vehicle. Shop over 20,000 One Price pre-owned vehicles coast to coast. Visit AutoNation.com for the store near you.
Avalon Meat Candy, 100% Angus gourmet
Thank you. Las Vegas Invitational presented by Continental Tire inside the Orleans Arena, just off the strip. It has been raining threes for the Hawkeyes. They're up by 9 right now. Joe Wieskamp missed his first 2 shots, hasn't missed since.
The three-point shot is the most dangerous weapon in all of basketball, and Iowa has it in their arsenal. Wieskamp, here's Bohannon, the all-time leader in three-point shooting. This is his first start of the season for Bohannon. Wieskamp is on fire. He's got 9 points. He averages 11, so he's only 2 points away from that season average so far. 15 of Iowa's 19 points have come behind the arc.
Good look inside to Ryan Kriener, the Iowa native. Got it blocked away by Holyfield.
You can see Kriener is definitely capable, but he's a different kind of player than Luka Garza. Not quite as nimble, should I say? Texas Tech got to get something going here. They've yet to get a three-point look for Davide Moretti, number 25.
Another turnover. That is their 6th in this game. Wieskamp got it stripped away from the backside by Chris Clark, but Iowa hangs on to the possession.
You know, I knew Iowa was going to give Texas Tech a run here. You know, Texas Tech is undefeated, but it's not like they haven't been tested. They struggled against Tennessee State. They struggled a little bit against Long Island. They were down 1 point at halftime, and then Jemias Ramsey completely took over that game, and they won in blowout. But this is the first time that I've seen Texas Tech defensively on their heels.
Cross-court pass to Wieskamp. That one wouldn't fall for him. His first miss in his last shots. Up ahead, the foul by Cordell Pencil. Going to the line, Kyler Edwards. What an outlet pass.
That was a 60-foot outlet pass from Jemias Ramsey. Beautiful, right on the numbers, too. We get our first or second look at Kyler Edwards tonight, 6'3" sophomore. His dad, Kelvin, played wide receiver in the NFL. He looked like a wide receiver on that outlet play right there.
Yeah, he did.
Did his dad proud, I thought.
McCaffrey checks in for Wieskamp. Wieskamp with a game-high 9.
Kyler Edwards has not shot the ball as well as he is capable of shooting. Coming into the game, only 31% overall. But don't let those numbers fool you. He's an all-around talent. He can shoot it from 3. He can drive it. Excellent playmaker. And he's really a skilled rebounder for his position. Just being 6'3", he averages 5 rebounds a game for the Red Raiders, who kind of need to gain rebound because they're not an overly tall basketball team.
Connor McCaffrey on the floor. Joe Toussaint, touch pass to Evelyn. Temzel, nice baseline move. They ran into Chiwa. It's out of bounds, staying with Iowa.
Anytime you drive baseline, expect a second-grade jersey to be there. They are consistent in their principles, and Iowa certainly has tested them today with their ability to shoot the ball. But that's one thing that Texas Tech does every night I watch them play.
Tough three from McCaffrey with the shot clock winding down. Better defense, better switching. The intensity starting to pick up for the Red Raiders.
And a different lineup for Iowa, right? They have Luka Garza on the bench, Joe Wieskamp, who's been on fire from three, and Jordan Bohannon is not in the game. So, you know, Iowa certainly is capable of scoring with this lineup, but it's just not, to me, as dangerous as those three guys that I mentioned that are watching right now with towels on their heads.
Yeah, look at Texas Tech. They've got their starters back in there, save for McCullough, near side behind the arc. But where's they haven't really looked in sync offensively yet. Moretti from three. And a miss from Moretti, who shot better than 40% last year.
And they dodged one right there. That was Toussaint that gambled. And that's a gamble that you don't want to make. You better get that steal because Moretti's not going to miss too many open jumpers like that.
Kemsel, injury-plagued career at Iowa. Toussaint.
That's the shot that Texas Tech wants to give up. That closeout, did you see Moretti's feet? He was completely parallel to the sideline.
The speed of Jamias Ramsey put it into fifth gear.
The masked man. And we found out that he broke his nose his senior year in high school. So he doesn't even need that mask right now, but he wears it kind of, it's his blankie. It's his comfort, right?
Kriener on the other end, off the heel.
Reminds me of Rip Hamilton, the former All-Star for the Detroit Pistons, who wore a mask pretty much the latter stages of his career, not because he needed it, but just kind of, he felt good, and it gave him an identity.
Foul on McCaffrey, Moretti, who's going by, and here's again that speed from Ramsey.
If he plays downhill, forget about it. You better square up and take a charge or get out of the way. 6'4", just a freshman, but the leading scorer averaging almost 20 points a game. And he can shoot it, folks. He can shoot it from deep. He's got really nice range. But the best thing he does is get out in transition, and he'll dunk on your head if you're not ready for him.
He's a special player, and I don't think he gets enough play nationally for how good he is. As just a freshman, he wouldn't got that pass.
Jeff, I don't think enough people are talking about Jamias Ramsey right now on a national stage. There's a lot of great college freshmen in the country, but I think he deserves some more shine.
Well, there he is right there inside free throw line. Nice touch with the right hand. It's a 5-0 run for Texas Tech. It's cut the deficit to just 4.
You see how Iowa gets Luka Garza and Jordan Bohannon immediately back in the game, as well as Wieskamp, number 10 in the corner.
Trying to do a pair there. Here's McCaffrey for 3. Not necessarily his game. He can make it. That's the one guy on the floor that you'll allow to take that 3 for Texas Tech.
But you see how much easier it was for their offense?
Holyfield converts.
DJ Holyfield down low.
Holyfield plays within himself. Every time I've watched every game that Texas Tech has played, he shoots almost 80% from the field because he never takes a bad shot.
Bohannon with an answer for the Hawkeyes.
Iowa 3-ball, Jordan Bohannon.
You're looking at me right now, Jeff. You know how excited I am about the three-point shooting that's going on in this game right now. We have some flamethrowers out here. And guys that can shoot it well past that white line, that new college three-point arc. You can put an NBA line out here and these guys wouldn't blink an eye.
Edwards drives, kicks, McCullough. An air ball, offensive rebound by Clark. Tapped down to the hands of Connor McCaffrey.
Wide open bunny there for Chris Clark. He wants to have that one back.
Garza, a touch and he goes right up with it.
So Luka Garza is so used to being double teamed and quickly double teamed. You see how quickly he caught it? He felt the defender on his right shoulder and quickly turned over the left shoulder. He made that look easy. It's difficult to do under pressure.
Garza with 4 points. Clark, jump stop, gets rid of it. 10 to shoot. Ramsey on Bohannon, making him go left. Ramsey, jumper too strong and too soft, nearly turning it away. Got tackled. And fouled on McCullough. The big man, Luka Garza, getting it done in paint.
You got to feed the beast. How quickly? No double team is quick enough for that shot. Iowa still up.
Seven-point lead for the Hawkeyes here in Las Vegas on this Thanksgiving. Who needs turkey when you can have a tub full of popcorn at the Orleans Arena? Man, the minute you see right there, Jack Nunge tore his ACL on Sunday against Cal Poly. It has changed how Fran McCaffrey has used his personnel in today's game and what he'll do for the rest of the season. Casey.
It's the reason why Jordan Bohannon, their senior point guard, has been dealing with a hip injury. Started his first game of the year, and they're bringing Ryan Crenier off the bench. It's a big blow, certainly, for an Iowa team that wants to be physical. They want to support Luka Garza, and I thought Jack Nunge was their best stretch four option. You know, he redshirted last year, we mentioned, but 2 years ago he made 22 three-point shots and had been working on that part of his game and was ready for a breakout campaign. Now, it doesn't mean that, you know, he can't apply for a medical redshirt. You should probably see Jack Nunge as a sixth-year senior in an Iowa Hawkeye uniform next year, but they are going to miss him, especially in Big Ten Conference play.
Size-wise, he was a different dimension. Bohannon in the starting rotation because of it. Got a foul down low. Chewa, who was trying to get in position to defend Luka Garza.
And we love to talk about, in basketball, we love to talk about how everybody wants to shoot threes and bigs are becoming obsolete. And that is absolutely not true. You go up and down college basketball, the best teams have guys that are physical, that can protect the rim, and give you a presence down there.
Frederick tried his corner three, and Texas Tech going the other way. Let's think of Iowa and their ability to shoot the three, especially under Fran.
Jeff, it's what they're known for. Yeah, absolutely. The last 2 years, they've been one of the best and most efficient offenses in the Big Ten Conference. Defense has been their weakness.
Chewa, strong. 7 feet, 260.
They call him Big Russ, and we hear that head coach Chris Beard doesn't even say his last name. They just call him Big Russ. But he is large, just a freshman. He's very raw offensively, obviously, but really smart basketball IQ, and he's majoring in math.
Garza with a nice move right underneath. Big Russ.
Luka Garza, meanwhile, is majoring in buckets. It was to get him the ball early and often. Even if he doesn't shoot, they're gonna have to double team him, and they're gonna create an open look.
Kyler Edwards had a good look and missed. 0 for 7 for Texas Tech from three-point line.
Stretching out to the mid-post area.
Caffrey skies for the rebound, and underneath picking up the foul, Terrence Shannon. Go back to the offensive end.
Yes, it was the three-point shooting that got us all excited in the first 10 minutes of this game, but the big boys getting interested in getting buckets. Big Russ and then Garza with that little chicken wing elbow to Chris Clark. I didn't see that one in the first play. Interesting, though. This is Chris Clark, number 44 in gray, guarding Garza. Now it's TJ Holyfield.
He sends Bohannon with Clark on him. Bohannon looking lively tonight. 5 to shoot. Wieskamp around the screen. Perfect.
Joe Wieskamp lets the game come to him. It's difficult to do when you're as skilled as he is, but he kind of waited his time over there, waited for Bohannon to bring him the ball over. We were talking to an NBA scout, and he's here to see Jamias Ramsey, and he's also curious to see what Joe Wieskamp has in store for his second year.
Underneath, there's Connor McCaffrey to knock away the pass. 9-point lead for Iowa. McCaffrey, a pair of Texas Tech defenders. I don't know how he didn't walk. Bohannon, wide open. Iowa splashing in Vegas.
Every time it leaves his hands, I think it's pure. He took that shot right in front of us, Trent, and I knew it was in the moment it left his fingertips. Pure.
Holyfield underneath, and a strong move from the transfer from Stephen F. Austin.
A simple bounce pass from Chris Clark led TJ Holyfield right into that move. Still a difficult shot, but a nice pass.
Garza on the other end, chance for a three-point play. Garza loves it.
This is so much fun. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, my friends and family at home. I don't want to be anywhere in the world but watching Iowa and Texas Tech go head-to-head.
Texas Tech and Iowa going toe-to-toe, and right now Iowa shooting the lights out, 50% from three-point range, and Texas Tech, who came in 10th in the country in threes, 0 for 7. But the more alarming thing for Chris Beard, they've got no answer for that man, Luka Garza. They've got a little bit of medical attention as well. A little cotton swab in his left nostril.
Is it just me, or does he look like Wally Zerbiak's long-lost brother? Yes, he's bigger than Zerbiak, but he looks just like him to me, just in a bigger form, power forward form. Yeah, he is a problem that Texas Tech has no answer. You said no answer. No one has an answer for him. And one of the reasons why that is tonight is because Wieskamp and Jordan Bohannon are lights out on the floor. So it's like a pick your poison situation. Do you double team Garza? And if you do, somebody's going to be open. And the only guy that's kind of a non-shooter, at least so far, is McCaffrey. Connor McCaffrey, number 30. Everybody else, you can't leave him.
McCaffrey doing a great job on the defensive end, rebounding, nearly a turnover. Asking for a 10-second violation. The Hawkeyes didn't get it. McCullough. Garza nearly intercepted it. Ramsey for 3. Still with goose eggs in the three-point column. And a foul on the back end. They'll get McCaffrey on the rebound attempt over Holyfield. A couple of different chances that Iowa thought they had to get turnovers on Texas Tech in that possession.
You got a kick ball in this situation, and new rule, they're going to reset it to 20 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, and the reason they didn't get the 10-second violation in the backcourt as well was on that initial kick. Set up the new 10-second. There's our new rules, new 20s instead of a new 30 on offensive rebounds.
Yeah, that's a foul. It's a good call.
And they're going to get a foul on C.J. Frederick, undercutting the pass.
And the faithful don't like it, but he jumped into the offensive player. That is a free ball for anybody to get, but if you jump into the space of the offensive player and you watch straight up, but Frederick goes into the body of Nadolny. And look, this is a gift for Texas Tech, whose offense has struggled, right? They haven't made a three-point shot, 0 for 8, but they're 3 of 4 at the foul line. So when your shot's not going from the perimeter, you can, of course, drive it to the lane, get some easy ones, although nothing's free at the foul line. You see right there. You can go to the offensive glass. But they only had 2 offensive rebounds today as well.
And we're going to get a foul on Nadolny. The near side official almost got it right at the top of the key. Then they went around the corner, and second official got him. There was some pretty good hand fighting going on with Nadolny and Bohannon.
Yeah, Nadolny's quick too. He's got some good feet on him, but that's the veteran, the senior, going against the freshman. Now, this Texas Tech team is so young, Jeff. They play so many freshmen. They have a couple grad transfers, sure, but they got 3 freshmen on the floor right now.
There's 3 upperclassmen on this entire roster as Wieskamp fills it up again. He's got a game-high 13. Been waiting for Wieskamp to have one of his big games like last year. He's off to a great start in this first half.
Yeah, I thought coming into the game that it was going to be Wieskamp that was going to be the star of Ramsey misses a short one again. I thought it was going to be Wieskamp's team and Luka Garza was going to be his Robin. It's been the other way around.
Bohannon floater. Ramsey spares for the rebound. Good superhero reference by you, by the way.
Every Batman needs a Robin. Look, nobody can do it alone. Nice pass there from Holyfield.
And the pass in and out of the hands of Ramsey. Holyfield's got it. Moretti for 3. Still nothing but the offense put back by McCullough.
Another freshman, Devin McCullough, 6'6". He redshirted last year, so this is his second year.
Wieskamp drives, missed. Loose ball picked up by Moretti. 3-2. Numbers for the Red Raiders. Bohannon stripped it away. It's going to stay with Texas Tech. Learn how the American Cancer Society is teaming up with coaches. Visit coachesversuscancer.org. 13-point lead for Iowa as Chris Beard trying to figure out the identity of this offense today. We've seen a lot of help defense from Iowa. They have forced 7 turnovers from the Red Raiders. Just haven't been in sync so far in this first half.
And it's early, right? And we've already talked about how many underclassmen they have. But yes, this offense is still a work in progress. Their defense is why they're undefeated.
Foul on Coral Penzer.
But I know of no coaches in America besides Tony Bennett that have more respect from the media, from other coaches, from fans in college basketball than Chris Beard. I mean, he is considered, by the way, it's only his 8th year as a head coach. He's been pretty much coaching his whole life, right? But only the 8th year he's been a Division I head coach. And his defenses have been second only to Virginia the last several years at Texas Tech. But this is the biggest test they've had. Whoa, that's from nobody.
Right in between Wieskamp and Bakari Evelyn, unforced error and a gift wrap turnover for Texas Tech. McCaffrey a bit beside himself with his senior. It's a free turnover for Iowa. And Ramsey stripped away. Really active hands by the Hawkeyes on defense.
And too many Texas Tech players taking one extra dribble where they need to pick it up and keep the ball moving. They're trying to split gaps that aren't there.
Creener to Bohannon. Bohannon. Bit of a forced shot. Don't see that very often. Bakari Evelyn trying to save it. Going to go to the Red Raiders.
So that was a bad shot, but Jordan Bohannon has earned some equity, right? Fran McCaffrey, the head coach, didn't even bat an eye. He was like, no, I don't care. If Jordan Bohannon is open from 3, it doesn't matter if it's from 30 feet or with a guy in his face. He has the neon green light
at all times. Ramsey, 3 finally for the Red Raiders. They're now 1 for 10, and maybe more than anybody, Ramsey needed to see something go through.
Sure, I agree. And, you know, watching him on film, he loves the corner 3. I don't know what it is, and he's more comfortable shooting that shot.
Garza, and we'll get a foul underneath, and it will go against Texas Tech. Chris Clark. Garza trying to stretch his game. Those are his only misses on the night. Greener's going to go to the line.
Greener's now going to play a valuable role. We talked about the loss of Jack Nundy to an ACL tear. Greener's going to have to play more minutes than he's ever played.
Ramsey thought he was feeling it.
And why did I say uh-oh? Because the last time I watched this guy play, when he made 1 3, there was an avalanche of 5 more that came after it.
Greener underneath. Garza triple team got ripped away because Clark ended up with it. 8 seconds to go. Clark running it up the floor. We've got 2 seconds. Clark step back 3. No. And that will send us into the locker rooms at halftime. What a good start for Iowa. 10-point lead. And that man, native of Muscatine, Joe Wieskamp with 13.
Already 2 passes average. We've been waiting for Joe Wieskamp to wake up. I know Fran McCaffrey was feeling the same way, but he's a future pro, and he came to ball out in Vegas.
We'll be back with more from the Las Vegas Invitational at the Orleans Arena right after these words. Assist. Ten-point lead for the Iowa Hawkeyes. About ready to begin the second half here in Las Vegas. Time now for the Players to Watch. It's sponsored by UPS. Luka Garza having a great first half. Jahmi'us Ramsey, 3 out of 8. I feel like there's a big second half coming for Jahmi'us.
Oh, yeah, we got to remember that this is a superstar freshman, and this is his first college game on national TV against a power conference school like Iowa. So I give him a little bit more leash. But Luka Garza, he's had a great first half. He's actually below average first points. He's the most consistent performer. 9 points in the first half would be good for most people. It's actually below average for this star.
Good help defense from Moretti, and you know that was going to be a point of emphasis in that Texas Tech locker room at halftime.
2 things that had to be mentioned in Texas Tech's locker room. Earlier double teams on Garza and keeping the ball out of the middle. That's keeping Jordan Bohannon especially from getting into the paint.
Holyfield ran right into Garza, used his shoulder to create some space. Tough shot from Holyfield. The ability for Garza to defend without fouling is unbelievable. We get a jump ball, and it's Texas Tech's basketball.
It really is remarkable. I don't know of any other player that has the usage rate that Luka Garza has, that gets driven at, and yet blocks shots without fouling. Again, folks, only 3 fouls total. We're now in the 6th game of the season for a guy that plays as many minutes as he does, over 140 minutes. Only 3 fouls? That's ridiculous. Eventually, you're going to get some offensive fouls just by tripping over people or throwing an inadvertent elbow or something.
Some guys pick up 3 fouls in a minute.
We won't name names.
No. No names. No, not necessary. Holding field, looking for a man. Here's Moretti. Took just 2 shots in the first half. 6 to shoot. Clark spinning. And he's fouled in his drive. Free throws coming from Chris Clark.
Really a nice defensive possession there from Iowa, and then it comes down to one-on-one basketball. Jeff, you did your job, and now you just have to draw a line in the sand and keep a guy like Chris Clark from getting all the way to the rim, and Iowa couldn't do it.
Just the 7th free throw attempt for Texas Tech in this game. Iowa attempted just 2, and now just 3 for 7, the Red Raiders. Some shooting woes. They made just 1 3 in the entire first half, 1 for 12.
I like watching Chris Clark play, though. We talked about he's not a great shooter, but he's one of those guys that is just genuinely unselfish. He wants to see somebody else score rather than score himself, and that's pretty rare for a player of his caliber. He's got to be a fun teammate.
Leads the team in assists and rebounds, and he was the referee during the Oklahoma drill between the team managers last night.
He was a strict referee, too. I mean, he wasn't taking any gruff from anybody. He threatened a couple technical fouls.
He was the get-back guy. He was the ref. Chris Beard, very intense practices, very intense, no matter where you go.
Oh, wide open for Wieskamp.
And a rare miss for Joe Wieskamp. He's now 3 for 6. That's as wide open as he's been all night. It's Moretti from the corner. And Moretti, he's got to get going.
And a defensive mistake, a big one there by Connor McCaffrey. I know that Moretti was 0 for 2, but it doesn't matter. I still believe that he's one of the best three-point shooters we have in college basketball. No catch-and-shoot opportunities for number 25.
Iowa had a 15-point lead. It's a 9-0 run since from Texas Tech. McCaffrey trying to drive, and he's fouled. Moretti picks up the personal. Moretti just so smooth with his stroke.
Came into the game shooting 60%, and every time he gets a look, I feel like there's no way that he's going to miss it. And the law of averages say if he goes 0 for 2 in the first half, he's going to hit a couple. If he gets open like that, I guarantee he's going to hit some more. He's going to get a rest right now, though.
Last year set a conference record. They go inside to Frederick, and he's fouled by McCullough. Moretti was the first player ever to shoot 50% from the floor, 46% from 3, and better than 90% from the foul line. As he checks right back in, that was as fast a rest as you'll ever see.
What's going on here? Yeah, those numbers are truly remarkable, though. And, you know, the one thing with him, though, is he can't really create his own shots.
That's a great feed from Bohannon.
Jeff, that's the second time that Iowa has been razor sharp on end-line out-of-bound plays. They got a wide-open shot for Joe Wieskamp. That time they get an uncontested dunk from Garza. The Texas Tech got to clean it up. They got to protect the basket and fan out.
Clark, too strong on the shot. Wieskamp able to pull in the rebound. It's amazing how Garza sneaks through the defense as big as he is. Bohannon trying to get around Clark. Bohannon drives, the teardrop, no.
Nicely contested there by Big Russ. That's where it helps in basketball. They say size doesn't matter. Yeah, right. When you got a body like that, you got to try and float it over the top.
Connor McCaffrey poked it away out of bounds, staying with Texas Tech. Inbounds play just a couple of moments ago. Bohannon feeding Garza.
Yeah, no ball pressure right there. And Big Russ a step slow. Look, you've got to go underneath Garza, right? On any screen, you got to go underneath. If they want to throw over the top and have Garza shoot a mid-range jumper, you let him do that. But you cannot allow him to rumble down the lane. And then also number 15, McCullough, he's got to do a better job of knowing that Garza's running down the lane and put some ball pressure on that angle.
So the 14 assists, it's on 15 made baskets. Tough drive, rebound, Garza. Bohannon looking to press. C.J. Frederick. And McCaffrey going to slow it down, 15 to shoot. Bohannon, top of the key. Off the mark. He's got that green light no matter what. And you can't say it's a bad shot.
No, but I think it was a little bit too deep. Unnecessarily deep is what I'll say about that. And our next game, folks, stick around. We got Creighton and San Diego State, and my boy Mitch Ballack will shoot from maybe 2 feet behind where Jordan Bohannon just launched from. That guy's got range out to 30 feet. Seriously.
Shoot from the logo. Turnover for Iowa. Garza trying to say that it was tipped, but to no avail. Turnover number 9 in the game for Iowa as Ryan Kriener's going to check in.
And for the record, Mitch Ballack isn't my boy. I've actually never met him, but like 3-point shooters, we just share a connection, an unspoken bond. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're connected.
Yeah.
It's the shooters' fraternity. Texas Tech still trying to find.
See the ball sticking? It's just a little bit slow. The ball movement is just a half-second slide. Watch Texas Tech this year, and almost every opponent, that ball is zipping around. That time Moretti held it for about 2 seconds. Jemias Ramsey held it for another 2 seconds, and then you have nothing.
Stop in a bucket! Stop in a bucket!
And I'm not saying that Iowa's the best defensive team in the Big Ten. They actually were one of the worst last year, but they're super smart, and they can load up on the basketball.
Feels like the tempo is definitely in Iowa's favor. McCaffrey trying to drive, fades back, knocked it down.
Was that sweet or what? Again, McCaffrey has struggled with his shot from the perimeter, but that time he's shooting 22% from 3. But get him in that mid-range, and that's right in his wheelhouse.
I tell you, he's done a really nice job on the defensive end on Ramsey tonight. Moretti swings it around, and it's perfect pass into Clark.
It sounds so simple, right? But that ball movement side to side, and Iowa is not a quick team. They had no chance.
Ramsey bumped knees with Jordan Bohannon, and he is not comfortable right now. Here's McCaffrey. Nice fadeaway.
You would think he was a coach's son or something like that. But Texas Tech with the answer. Chris Clark for 2. Got ourselves a nice ball game.
Welcome back to the Las Vegas Invitational. It's presented by Continental Tire. Game 1 of our doubleheader today on FS1. That's game 2. You'll see Greg McDermott and the Creighton Blue Jays take on the Aztecs of San Diego State. Should be a fun one later on today. A couple of great basketball teams. There's only 2 losses between 4 teams total. Awesome. It's all coming up next. Right here on FS1, Las Vegas Invitational, Creighton, San Diego State. Mitch Ballock.
There's my boy.
There he is.
That's my boy, Blue, right there.
Jordan Shackle on the right. Malachi Flynn.
Yeah.
It is going to be a great game to watch in our encore. The winner of this game plays the winner of that game tomorrow for the championship of this Continental Tire Las Vegas Invitational.
Jeff, I would argue that Creighton has one of, if not the best offensive backcourts in the country with Ballock, Tyshawn Alexander, Marcus Zagorowski, and San Diego State is a really good defensive-minded team. Can't wait to see how that one turns out.
Some serious length on that front line as well from San Diego State. Still a long way to go on this one. 8-point lead.
No Luka Garza right now for Iowa. And no Jordan Bohannon, who went to the locker room. We'll give you an update when we get one.
Forced turnover by Texas Tech. Their hands have been a lot more active here in the second half, especially in the middle of the painted area. 15 to shoot.
And Iowa in the 2-3 zone, and just not a lot of ball movement. Again, look at the ball sticking right now.
Ramsey for three. Offensive rebound by Holyfield. Couldn't get it. Got his own rebound. They're going to set it up again. And Garza about ready to come in as Toussaint picks up the foul. Graham McCaffrey wants to see those rebounds get pulled in.
It's hard. TJ Holyfield is a beast. He's only 6'8", but a fantastic rebounder. Basketball IQ, when he gets blocked off, he immediately swims. He doesn't let contact deter him, and he kind of has a natural feel on where the ball's going to bounce.
Clark, tough shot. Up and under.
He's played sneaky. Again, you don't have to guard him out to 19 feet. You can back off him, but when you give him an angle, he's one of those guys who's built like a truck, and guys bounce off him, not the other way around.
Wieskamp on the other end with an answer. When Iowa needed a big bucket, Wieskamp delivers again. Quiets the Red Raider fan base. Clark over the top of Garza. Now Clark looking for his shot.
That's about his range right there. He knows it, right? If you're going to lay off him, he can make that 17-footer. A step beyond that, no.
Wieskamp lost it, and it's out of bounds off of Ramsey. Iowa catches a break. Clark has been a huge boost off the bench, leading Texas Tech with 9 points. And you look at the threes and what the Hawkeyes were doing coming into this game and what the Red Raiders, same. It's opposites.
It's the opposite. But, you know, that 2 for 14, well, those two have come in this second half. So, you know, maybe it'll be a different story for Texas Tech.
McCaffrey, cross-court pass, dangerous.
The cross-court bounce pass.
3 to shoot. Holyfield's all over him. McCaffrey, deep three. Oh, did he call it off the window or no?
It doesn't matter. We're not playing on the playground rules right now.
Holyfield answers almost off the front. A big miss for Texas Tech.
And Jordan Bohannon now at the scores table, getting ready to check back in.
Toussaint.
Oh, nice move there from Toussaint.
McCaffrey feeling it, not there. Back to a 10-point lead for Iowa. Open look. Still not falling for the Red Raiders. 2 for 16.
It's a good shot, though, for Terrence Shannon. He can make that shot, and I like there was a little bit of ball movement there, a ball screen for Jamias Ramsey. That was an in-rhythm three. You got to take those.
Toussaint ran into Shannon, picked up his dribble. Garza 3. The only time he's missed has been when he's been out of the perimeter. Ramsey looking aggressive. Finds Moretti. Slow it down with Shannon. Ran into Garza. And a foul on Iowa. 10-point lead for the Hawkeyes. Glass or no, doesn't matter. Shot clock winding down. Connor McCaffrey.
That's when you know it's your night.
Gobble, gobble.
I tell her, baby, I'm a fireball.
Big Ten fan base here in Vegas. Loud and proud, no doubt about it. Take a look at our notable games. They're sponsored by UPS. Maryland representing the Big Ten. Big win against Temple. Why is it that Gonzaga is in every fun game every year, Casey?
It's the style they play. Mark Few does an amazing job. This is a new team. If you haven't watched Gonzaga, they're led by Filip Petrusev, a European big, and Corey Kispert. So two names that not a lot of people know about, but yet the Zags are rolling again.
How about North Carolina getting knocked off by Michigan too? Juwan Howard in his first year as a head coach ever.
So impressed with Michigan. They lost a ton, but they have Xavier Simpson, a senior point guard. And when you have a guy like that, an extension of the coach on the floor, you're going to be in every single game and have a chance to win. Because, Jeff, how many times do games against big boys come down to the last 2 minutes? And when you got Xavier Simpson as your point guard, you know you're going to get a good shot.
Yeah. John Teske is a monster down low, too, for Michigan. Watch out for them. Unranked right now, might not be the same story next week. Cordell Pelmsel on the floor for the first time in the second half for Iowa. There's the help defense. Toussaint. Better defense that time from Texas Tech.
I'm interested to see if they can get Moretti, who has the ball right now, Davide Moretti. They need to get him uncorked.
Ramsey rimmed in and out. Ramsey has had a tough night. Again, this is his first real test as a true freshman. You're fouled underneath.
Iowa foul number 4, Bakari Evelyn.
Bakari Evelyn picks up the personal.
Fourth team foul on the Hawkeyes.
Terrence Shannon's going to go to the line and shoot a couple.
Terrence Shannon shoot.
It's a game where you learn a lot with a young team like Texas Tech.
Yeah. You know, they're learning about where their shots are going to come from, who their go-to player is, right? I think, Chris Beard, he knows what he has in Davide Moretti, but he also knows that he can't be the guy to kind of get you a bucket. It's probably going to have to be Jahmias Ramsey, which is a lot to put on a freshman, but I think his shoulders are broad enough to take it. But you count on your freshmen and sophomores getting better. The team you see right now for Texas Tech is not going to be the team that you see come March. And that was the story last year when they made it all the way to the national championship game.
Toussaint laid it up and in nice and strong.
2 for the Hawkeyes.
I don't know about the nice part, but like if I describe Toussaint, I don't know if he's nice. He probably is a great guy, but strong is definitely one of the words that comes to mind. He's gritty, he's competitive.
Iowa foul number 1.
He's probably a nice guy.
Second personal.
Finalist for Mr. Basketball in the state of New York, Cardinal Hayes High School in the Bronx.
Aggressive, strong, aggressive. He's got a little bit of swag to him too. Kind of built like a running back, low to the ground.
Brings a nice intensity off the bench.
He had 8 rebounds in the last game. Look at the size of Toussaint. Tell me how in the world that happens.
Garza picked up another block, and Ramsey on the other end is down and holding the back of his left leg. 5 on 4, but Kari Evelyn no, and a timeout on the floor is Jahmias Ramsey as a hush goes over the crowd here in Las Vegas. Chris Beard over to attend to his young, talented freshman. Taking a timeout.
Now in the Texas Tech lineup, number 0, Kyler Edwards.
About ready to roll. He's getting on the headset right now. 10-point lead for the Iowa Hawkeyes here in Las Vegas. Here you see Jahmias Ramsey on the far side of the bench for Texas Tech. Not what you want to see for Chris Beard as he's rallying the troops right now and trying to find an answer for the Iowa Hawkeyes with just 10 minutes to go, and Ramsey trying to make his way into the locker room, and that is not an easy walk for Jahmias Ramsey in that left leg.
He's not even bending his knee right now. I don't want to speculate. It looked like he was grabbing the back of his hamstring, but the way he's walking, it's either hamstring or knee related. He's their best one-on-one player, and it's not close. But this Texas Tech team does have guys who are more than capable of filling the void.
Still waiting for Moretti to get going. Moretti right on cue.
Alarm bells have to be going off in Davide Moretti's head right now. He's one of the upperclassmen guys, and he's like, you know what? One of our leading scorers out. We only have 10 minutes of basketball left. I need to insert my will.
Garza was ready to go to the hoop and got held. Davide Moretti, Chris Beard said was the most improved player in college basketball last year, was surrounded by so much talent a year ago, and he really thrived. Now he's a focal point.
Yeah, I love You know, one of my favorite things as a broadcaster is watching players develop over the course of a couple years and programs develop. And Davide Moretti is one of those great stories in college basketball. He waited his turn on a great team, and now he's one of the leaders.
Now Moretti almost got the teardrop. Out of bounds going to Iowa. Moretti had a good look.
Good.
And you're seeing bodies all over the floor. I mean, you're under 10 minutes to play in the second half, and you can tell this thing is going to go down to the wire. I know it's a 7-point game right now, but the intensity that both of these teams are playing with is great. This feels like an NCAA tournament game at the end of November.
Yeah, absolutely. On a neutral floor, right?
Bohannon, corner three, short. Holyfield will rebound.
And here's your point forward right here, Chris Clark, running the show. They had Moretti wide open in the corner for a brief moment.
There he is. Moretti was feeling an offensive rebound and pushing it back by Evelyn. Moretti, he's got the neon green right now.
Yeah.
Second personal foul, 6.
You got to earn a neon green light, and he's done that.
Throws for Texas Tech.
And of course, TJ Holyfield, we get an up-close look at him. He quietly does his job. Tonight is his 107th career game. All of them are starts because every coach that has ever played for is like, I trust him. He never gets too high or too low. He's like emotionally even. And I was watching film, and I don't like to, you know, over-exaggerate, Jeff, but he set the best screens of any forward that I've watched in person or on tape this year. He gets his square, his shoulder square, and gets a piece of every guy he screens.
It's down to a 5-point game, and they're coming Red Raider faithful. 5-0 run for Texas Tech. Out of bounds going to Iowa. You do not want Cordell Pemsl in that situation, handling the basketball at the top of the key.
It wasn't even the top of the key, Jeff. It was about 35 feet. He tried to throw a laser beam bounce pass to the corner. Definitely not what Fran McCaffery had drawn up on the whiteboard. I can guarantee that.
Pemsl's got it in his hands again, trying to go to work on Clark. 6 to shoot. Deep three, Bohannon. And the rebound to Clark. What a difference he has made off the bench for Texas Tech. Inside, Holyfield on Garza.
He's not going to force it. Nice pass.
Edwards, no. Clark there again, no. Pemsl finally in a foul by Holyfield. It is not going down, and Garza, by the way, is down underneath the basket. Holding his nose. Remember early on in this game.
Yeah, he's already got a nose plug, Jeff.
He had the gauze in the left nostril.
Oh, wow.
Now,
Out of bounds to the
he's going to
Hawkeyes.
need more than just gauze to clean up this. Luka Garza got popped right in the face. And some serious medical attention to Luka Garza underneath that goal right by the Texas Tech bench. That is huge in a 5-point game, 8:01 to play in this contest, and everybody in this arena that's wearing black and yellow on the edge of their seat.
I've been popped in the face many times. I don't know exactly where he's bleeding from, but the amount of blood that we saw, it's pretty safe to say that he's probably going to need some stitches. Doesn't mean that he's out for the rest of the game. I think they're going to try and maybe butterfly stitch it and get him back as soon as possible. So unless his face is swollen or he maybe can't see, if it's just a facial wound, I don't expect him to be out very long.
See all the blood on the back of his neck as well. Some cleanup. And hopefully Luka Garza is going to be able to come back into this ball game. By the way, TJ Holyfield just picked up his 4th personal foul. And we're taking a look just to see where this foul came, and there was the elbow from Chris Clark. Totally inadvertent.
Totally
right off the nose.
Yep.
So it's a 5-point lead. Iowa out in front against number 12 Texas Tech here in Vegas. See Jahmi'us Ramsey making his way back out onto the floor from the locker room, but that is not the look of a guy that is going to come back into this ball game. The way that he was walking off was about the same that he was walking back. And if you're Fran McCaffery in Iowa, you're looking at Luka Garza, who's still in the locker room and being attended to after he got popped in the nose.
The doctors and trainers are playing a much larger role than any of us hoped for in this game. Jordan Bohannon left, and he got a knock on his knee. He's now wearing a leg sleeve on his left leg, number 3 in black. Garza, we assume, is getting stitches because there was nothing wrong with his lower body. He ran off the floor.
Yep.
But and now Holyfield, you mentioned he's got 4 fouls. And I would argue the best performers for Texas Tech in this short season have been TJ Holyfield and Jahmi'us Ramsey. Neither one are on the floor right now, facing a deficit and a confident Iowa Hawkeye team.
Both of these teams playing extremely small right now. Clark playing the 5. Bohannon, tough pass. Wieskamp went up to get it.
Haven't heard much from Wieskamp in a few minutes.
He's got it now, 3 to shoot. He's looking for help, turns it over.
Look up, that was a good foul.
And a blocking foul on Connor McCaffery. That's a smart play.
So I don't actually think he fouled him on purpose, and I say that because he looked at the referee kind of like complaining. But if Connor McCaffery doesn't foul Shannon right there, he had a wide open Kyler Edwards for a dunk.
And that is his 4th. He has done a nice job defensively on whoever he has guarded. It was Ramsey early. It's taken Moretti out at times. And now Joe Toussaint, I should say, is coming in from McCaffery. Shannon at the line, shooting 1-on-1. Just 2 points for Shannon, averaging nearly 10.5 on the year. He missed.
Front end 1-on-1 miss. The foul line is basically a turnover. You work and you don't get anything. You got to play D again. It's tough.
8 for 13 from the foul stripe, and a foul on McCullough. At Iowa, they've only gone to the foul line twice.
Surprising. And on my notes, I had that Iowa, they love to get to the foul line. It's actually one of the things that they do best. 28 free throw attempts per game, ranks 8th in the entire country. And tonight, they still have a lead. This is now going to be their 3rd and maybe 4th free throw of the game.
One of the best free throw shooters in program history, Jordan Bohannon on the line.
I'll forever be a fan of Jordan Bohannon after his unselfish act 2 years ago. If you remember, he intentionally missed a free throw because he had a streak going and he was going to break the record of Chris Street, a legend at Iowa who died during the 1993 season, I think a day after one of the games that they played. And as a sign of good faith, or just to keep his name atop that record book, Jordan Bohannon missed a free throw. Pretty awesome stuff, man.
It was me. He said, "That's not my record. It's Chris's record." 9 to shoot for Texas Tech.
He's not going to miss any free throws tonight, though.
No, he's not.
Not intentionally, at least.
Edwards for 3. Again, rebound by Iowa. Still ice cold. 3 for 21 from beyond the arc for Texas Tech. Pencil on Chris Clark. And Clark, a personal foul, and Clark didn't like it. Clark has single-handedly capped the Red Raiders in this game tonight.
He's done everything he can. TJ Holyfield and Chris Clark, to me, have kind of stood out as the guys that have kept them in this game. Without those two, they'd be in trouble. Look, as frustrated as Texas Tech has to be right now, you see Pemsl go to the line for another one-on-one. They are in this game. This is not, there's 6.5 to go.
There's so much time left. This is a team that's averaging 87 points a game. And we've talked about the competition. And yes, this is on national television. You're talking about a Big Ten program in Iowa that's certainly done a nice job. But things are going to get a lot harder for Texas Tech moving forward. And this was a great test for Chris Beard, and he was looking forward to this test too.
There's only so many home games you can play against inferior talent before you get tested. This is what it's about. This is how you grow.
Edwards going to go to the line and is fouled by Pemsl.
Edwards is a guy that's been really, really quiet. Edwards and Shannon both were averaging 10 points a game, right around there. And neither one have had any flow, any rhythm. Let's see if 2 free throws for Kyler Edwards can get him going a little bit.
1 for 10 combined between Shannon and Edwards from the floor tonight.
To me, Kyler Edwards is a candidate for a guy that can make that sophomore leap, is what I call it. To me, the freshman to the sophomore year is the 1 year in college basketball where you will see the most growth, because freshman years are difficult for everybody. You're on a new weight program, you're playing against new competition, you're not the man anymore. And look for Kyler Edwards to have a big sophomore campaign.
Garza making his way back out onto the floor from the locker room. Ball still loose, into the hands, and no good from C.J. Frederick through Toussaint. Trying to keep it out of bounds off of Texas Tech. How fired up is Toussaint right now?
That's a winning basketball play. Like, I don't know how that's going to be scored in the box score. As you see, wow, that's a huge cut for Lucas Garza, who's going to go right back in this game. But watch number 1. Watch him battle. If he doesn't make that extra effort, Jeff, that's Texas Tech ball. And with under 6 to go, every possession matters. Big time play.
It's a kid from the Bronx as Garza checks in 11 and 8.
He looks a little bit like the Joker, right? When Batman Begins, the Heath Ledger Joker. I don't know about the one from the 90s.
The Dark Knight.
Yeah, the Dark Knight.
Big Batman fan.
There's just so many movies I can't remember which one it comes from. They went right to Garza, by the way. Waste no time. The guy's probably got a concussion. Who cares?
Working a little zone. There's Edwards.
That's it. Look, I was a shooter. No one cares, but I played 3 years of college basketball at Stanford University, and I had some terrible nights. I saw a couple of free throws go down, and that 3-point shot on the next possession was so much easier to shoot.
There's Wieskamp. Off the mark, McCullough fouled, and Garza.
Garza fouled somebody? That's a storyline. That's only his 4th foul all year.
There's Edwards, pure.
A lot to like about Kyler Edwards. Hasn't played a great game, but look, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And maybe he's the guy that they go to. They got to make some free throws now, Texas Tech. They've left so many points. If they end up losing this game, they're going to kick themselves.
11 for 16 now from the free throw line, and what was a 15-point lead at 1 point for Iowa is down to 3. McCullough at the line. Hit them both. That's a freshman from San Antonio. 7-on-1. 2-point game.
And Tech in a 2-3, not their normal man-to-man. And they're doing it because they're so small against Garza. Protect the hoop.
Toussaint with the left hand, a wild shot. There's Garza, fouled! And Garza going to the line to the flex.
Did you see Garza throw Terrence Shannon to the ground like he was a rag doll? Watch number 1 in gray just get thrown to the dirt. He's trying to block him out. Swim move, and just nothing there. Outweighed by at least 50 pounds. There's a reason why Luka Garza is the leading scorer in the Big Ten Conference. No one would have predicted that before this season started. I don't know if he can keep it up, but watching him play these first 6 games, I wouldn't doubt it.
It's a guy who really hit the gym in the offseason, went back to Maryland in the summertime, worked with his dad 3-a-days, not 2-a-days, 3-a-days. Moretti.
Yep. Ooh, that looked pure.
And Wieskamp pulled it in.
The coaching staff for Iowa says that Luka Garza is the hardest worker they've ever seen. I think all the coaches say that about their players, right? I've never heard a coach say that he's the worst worker we've ever had. But they really go out of their way to say, I've never seen a guy who is just more dedicated at hoops than this young man right here.
Well, Holyfield is on the floor with 4 fouls, and did they just get him with number 5? They'll get McCullough, not Holyfield. It's the help defense, McCullough, that gets the personal.
Yeah, so you see, the fans want the travel, but this is a cylinder rule. The offensive player is allowed their own personal space, and if you just go right underneath the chin, it doesn't matter. That's an automatic foul. And they're so concerned, and they should be, about Luka Garza tearing him up inside, and Kevin McCullough is fouled out.
I think if you were Chris Beard, you'd take McCullough as opposed to Holyfield picking up his 5th, but still McCullough has been huge. He hit those 2 big free throws on the other end a couple of possessions ago. But now Garza goes to the line. 57% free throw shooter on the season. He's 2 for 2 tonight. Five-point lead, and if you're Texas Tech, again, Jahmi'us Ramsey left with an injury. Haven't seen him since.
He's still trying to flex his leg at the end of the bench. I still don't think there's any chance we're going to see Jahmi'us in this game, but he is standing towards the end of the bench.
2 missed free throws by Luka Garza. Iowa in the zone. Clark. And now Shannon hangs. That's a prone man rebound by Chris Clark.
I think Jordan Bohannon tried, and try being the key word there, to get Chris Clark off his spot. That's an offensive foul too.
Happy Thanksgiving. Give me seconds.
Yes, please.
Vegas without Hawkeye Elvis in town. It's been a fun one today in the opener of our Las Vegas Invitational. Iowa up as many as 15. The lead is now to just 3. Luka Garza flexing his muscles on his way to a double-double, 14 points and 9 rebounds. As we take a look at our game summary, brought to you by Continental Tire. Neither team shooting extremely well, especially Texas Tech from three-point range, but Texas Tech getting it done in the painted area.
Getting it done in the paint. Like, you look at Texas Tech and you wonder how in the world they are still in this game. They've been so gritty. Jamias Ramsey hasn't played in at least 5 minutes and probably won't play for the rest of the game. Texas Tech has 11 offensive rebounds, which has led to 12 second chance points. So even on a night when you're struggling, getting those extra possessions have meant the world to the Red Raiders.
Great drive by Moretti, but short, and there's the double-double for Garza, his 10th rebound. He's on his number. 3-point lead, Bohannon working on his turns. C.J. Frederick feeds Wieskamp, who's been quiet in the second half, just 3 points. Inside, Garza, left hand. Great adjustment with the body from Luka Garza.
A simple play, perfectly executed by a player, Wieskamp, who can shoot off a pick and roll, and then you have the diver in Garza.
Terrence Shannon still not falling for Texas Tech, making 4 for 24.
It's a good shot, though. What else can you say? Yes, you can maybe say if you're a Texas Tech Raider fan, Red Raider fan, guys, we're not hitting shots. We got to drive it in the paint. But when you're wide open and the ball hits it, you're a Division I college basketball player. Let it fly.
Bohannon lets it fly for 3. Clark just making his way up the floor for the Red Raiders. Inside, Shannon. Garza with the foul. And he can't believe it.
I love the simplicity of this play for Iowa offensively. I'd like to see them go back to this. Watch Wieskamp come off the pick and roll. And Garza, right here, pick, roll, and just completely buries Terrence Shannon. Easy pass. But Texas Tech, they have not blinked. They've come right back, but they got to guard Garza, right? But they cannot allow Jordan Bohannon to come off 1-2 step right into a 3-point look.
Bohannon with 14. He's played a season-high 31 minutes. Remember, he had hip surgery, and he was dicey on whether or not he was going to play this year. Still has some time to decide, but he has been outstanding after the injury to Nunji on Sunday. Bohannon has stepped up. 2 big free throws and a 6-point lead for Iowa as Texas Tech have an answer. Six-point lead for Iowa. Chris Beard trying to dial something up offensively for the last 2:36 of this ball game. And for Iowa, Jordan Bohannon, an unsung hero for the Hawkeyes.
You and I were talking about this. These next 2 games are going to say a lot about whether or not he will play for the rest of the season or maybe shut it down and medical redshirt. The injury hit last season, played through it as nicely. Texas Tech defensively forces Iowa to call a timeout there. But, like, to me, this is a back-to-back tournament, right? So if Iowa win or lose, they're going to play either Creighton or San Diego State. And remember, Jordan Bohannon did not play in their last game in preparation for this. His surgically repaired hip is not 100%. We know that to be a fact. We just don't know if he can handle a high-level back-to-back game like he's going to see here in Vegas. And if he can, then he probably won't medical redshirt. He'll play the rest of his senior year. But if he can't, you might have to shut him down for the year. I mean, this really is an evaluation period for him.
Tonight, he has looked as healthy as he has all season long. You could tell in the beginning part of the season, beginning of November, first couple games, he was maybe a half a step slow. He has not looked slow at all tonight. He's done a nice job defensively. The shot is there. Still both teams with a pair of timeouts. running into pressure. Gets rid of this. Now a 3-on-2. Wieskamp still able to hang on to it. Running into Red Raiders all over. Here's the turnover. Clark up ahead.
Got to score here.
Shannon fouled and a chance for a three-point play. Score indeed.
I thought it was a perfect pass that broke the pressure, but Chris Clark refuses to give up. Man, this guy is a bulldog, and he's one of those rare point forwards that can steal it, then lead the break. How about the beautiful bounce pass to Terrence Shannon, the freshman?
Connor McCaffrey just fouled out. He picked up his 5th. He's one of the best defenders on this team, and McCaffrey trying to fire up his Hawkeye teammates. With 2:21 to play, McCaffrey did Owen's work on the defensive end tonight and on the glass.
He did all the dirty work. I'm not going to say he single-handedly took Davide Moretti out of this game, but he certainly had the lion's share of responsibility on blanketing the best shooter for Texas Tech.
Shannon converts on the three-point play, back to a three-point game. Cordell Pemsel on the floor with Garza, Frederick, Bohannon, and Wieskamp, and a foul on Clark. Free throws coming. If you're going to foul anybody, that's the guy you want to foul. 57% coming in, Luka Garza.
I don't think he was intentionally trying to foul. It's Davide Moretti. But you're right, though. If you are going to make a mistake, you make it on the big man. And these are pressure free throws now. Look, I was going to leave, but this is a one-possession game. As a player, you know time and score right here.
Made the first. Garza in the first half, popped in the nose, had the gauze in the left nostril. Second half, got an elbow. You see the scar right there.
We're in Vegas, Jeff, the home of the UFC. He's looking like Conor McGregor out there.
Battle-tested Luka Garza. Holyfield to Shannon. Blocking foul, Luka Garza. That's the right call. That's his 3rd. He's got as many fouls tonight as he's had all season.
A nice effort there, but so he was moving, then he takes that charge with his right shoulder. To me, like, you got to be square up. Right there, he just clips it on the right shoulder. That's not enough. You got to get in front of the driver. How athletic is Terrence Shannon? So some of his friends, they call him TJ, but there's already a TJ Holyfield, so he's going by Terrence for the rest of the year.
You can see why he was a wide receiver in high school, too, with those hops, athletic ability. Lincoln Park in Chicago makes a couple. It's a 2-point game.
He originally committed to DePaul, his hometown school, and then about a week later, decommitted, and now has found a home in Lubbock.
It's a massive possession offensively for Iowa.
They went for a back screen, now trying to seal as Garza. Bohannon didn't like it.
10 to shoot.
Hand up.
Here's Bohannon, short, offensive rebound. No reset, Frederick. Huge shot by the redshirt freshman, C.J. Frederick. Clark to Holyfield. Frederick right there. What a sequence.
I mean, you're telling me, partner.
And then he gets around and draws a foul on Shannon. C.J. Frederick, who had a career-high 21 in their last game against Cal Poly.
Yeah, I mean, he's a freshman, so every game that he plays is the best game of his career. 21 points. This possession, I thought Texas Tech did a nice job. Look, Davide Moretti, he's an upperclassman. He's got to know better. You have to know the shot clock is going down. Hand up right now. What else is he going to do but launch a 3? You would maybe expect that mistake from a freshman, but not a junior. You must have that internal clock in your mind right now. You know the only thing you can do is shoot right there. It's the only thing you can do.
Texas Tech calls a timeout. Play of the game brought to you by Continental Tire, and it's from C.J. Frederick. Who else is going to step up in this game for Iowa? You have Bohannon, who's had a great game. Garza doing his thing. Wieskamp with 16. But if you're Texas Tech, Down 6, 1:07 to play. What are you doing if you're Chris Beard?
Okay, yeah, so 1:07 is an eternity in college basketball. You don't have to draw up a play for a three, but you don't have time to waste. Get something going at the rim, try and score as quickly as possible, or get to the foul. And getting fouled might be the best thing for Texas Tech. You get to shoot 2 free throws unguarded, you get to set up your press and try and get a steal. Still plenty of time. Again, you need to know who the bad foul shooters are for Iowa.
Frederick nails both of them. Trying to save as much clock as possible. Edwards. Tough shot over Garza.
Beautifully done though. Quick and now when you score. I'm actually surprised they fouled Bohannon that early. I think Chris Beard is not happy with that decision. You can't foul him. Trap Bohannon, make him give up the ball, and literally foul anybody else in this entire arena, including you, Jeff. Foul you.
Yes.
Not Bohannon. This guy can make free throws blindfolded.
I would be a really good option if I were available to foul.
I haven't seen your jumper yet.
It's not good.
Okay.
It's not good. Bohannon, 87% free throw shooter. Hadn't missed all season. Still perfect.
So after that foul, I took a look at the bench for Texas Tech, and Chris Beard, you know, even from across the way, said, not number 3. Yeah. Not number 3 on Iowa. So you're not thinking that, right? In these games, it's hard to communicate. You can't often hear your coach either.
Not having Jahmi'us Ramsey on the floor really hurts as well. As Clark feeds Edwards, driving, and underneath, Holyfield missed the bunny. Penzel over to Bohannon. That was a huge miss. Still
they got a foul. There's 38 seconds to go here.
And there it is. And the Hawkeye fans can feel it. Frederick and Bohannon. What a huge statement from the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Big time. You called one of their opening games of the season a blowout loss against DePaul, where Iowa looked completely lost at home. They were a step slow. DePaul hit 11 threes against them. They started out that game 13-0, DePaul did. This is like, if you watch that game and then watch this one, you're like, it's not the same team.
Two teams. You can't even look at that tape as a scouting report. It's such a different team.
Can we comment on how many bunnies, close baskets that Texas Tech has missed? I mean, it's heartbreaking for Red Raider fans. A bunch of layups, offensive rebound, putbacks have gone rolling off the rim tonight.
The team that came in shooting 50% from the floor and 42 from 3. And the rebound by Penzel. Shot clock is off. Bohannon. And the Iowa Hawkeyes can just run it out if they want, but a foul by Avery Benson. And that's going to seal it as Frederick and Bohannon embrace. What a big game for the senior, Jordan Bohannon.
You got to be happy for him, right? I mean, he's dealt with a lot physically. I wonder what's going through his mind. And you talked to him before the game. He's got the word "why" written on his shoes, on both of them. And we want to know why he has the word "why." And he said, I just want to remind myself what I'm out here for and why I put in so many hours. Because you know, physically, he's in a ton of pain, right? Is it worth it? Wins like this make it all worth it.
You don't feel anything.
No, it's numb right now.
Iowa pulling away. Benson on the floor to shoot the 3. Clark going to Garza. Penzel on the help defense. And the Iowa Hawkeyes will run out the clock. And the Iowa faithful in big numbers